Hi, sweeties. I've got something good for you today. That's right, the Always Pan. We are going to review the Always Pan from Our Place. Look, I like this color so much that I decided to match it. We'll go over the ins and outs, the ups and downs of the Always Pan. But first, please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell. And now let's get into this Always Pan. Let's take a look inside the Always Pan now that we have the lid off. This is made from aluminum, comes in a bunch of different colors, comes with a little bit of instruction. We've got a cleaning pad for it, and it's got some instructions before using it. Wash it with soap and water. By hand is best, but dishwashers are safe too. So I tend to like to wash nonstick by hand anyway, but it does say that it is dishwasher safe. It's a nonstick aluminum pan, lightweight, weighing about 3 pounds. It comes with a little wooden spatula that's got a hole here, so that as you're cooking, you can even place that there so you don't even need a spoon rest. Oops. Comes with a steamer basket. And this is just to keep it from scratching. And then you can see that non-stick surface. Let's measure the pan across the top. This pan comes in at just about 10 inches wide. Across the bottom, we're about 8.5 inches wide, and just about 2 3/4 of an inch deep. There are also pour spouts on both ends and a helper handle. The folks over at Our Place say that their Always Pan can replace 8 types of cookware: fry pan, saute pan, steamer. It replaces your skillet, your saucier, your saucepan, non-stick pan, spatula, and spoon rest. Can this one lightweight aluminum pan do it all? Well, we're going to find out, but my first concern is that you can't put it in the oven. Yeah, it says don't put your Always Pan in the oven. Now on this how to care for it card, it does say avoid heating up an empty pan for extended periods of time without anything in it. So let's spritz it just a little bit of oil. It does say you only need about a tablespoon or 2 of oil, but let's give that non-stick a test. Let's fry an egg. Now, see what I already did, probably out of force of habit, was to take the spatula off, but you can leave it on during cooking. I think it's kind of in the way, but does it slide around? Not yet. Might need a little more cooking time on the bottom there. Let's let it cook a little bit, and then we'll see if it slides around well on that non-stick with just a few spritzes of oil. Maybe it has to cook a little more time. Then, a spatula like this maybe is not the best to use for an egg. Okay. I don't love this nonstick so far. Let me try this again. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Heat the skillet on medium heat. Maybe give it a little bit more oil just to make sure we've coated the whole bottom. And let that heat for just a moment. And you can see with this sort of straight sides here, this is designed as a saute pan. Saute from the French meaning to jump. Got a little culinary trivia there for you. So that if you're kind of sauteing vegetables and you want to flip them over back onto themselves like that, the straight sides help give you that motion. So let's drop our egg into the center of the pan. Let that cook up a little bit, frying nicely. And I'm going to give it a few minutes so that it will cook and set, and then we'll see how it slides around the nonstick surface. Okay, we have let that cook for about a minute and a half longer. And okay, there we go. It's sliding around the pan a lot better. It needed a little more oil underneath to get that sliding around on the nonstick surface. So that's good nonstick surface. And I was telling you before it was 2.5 inches deep, about 2.5 to this gap right here is where I measured it. And it's a 2.6 quart saute pan. So there you go, the nonstick surface working pretty good. Let's see if I can flip it. There we go. Let that cook and then I'm gonna eat breakfast. For our next test of the always pan, we're gonna make a little honey garlic shrimp. First, pat your shrimp dry and then season them with some powdered ginger, powdered garlic, and lemon pepper seasoning. Make a little sauce of honey, low sodium soy sauce, and chopped garlic. Set that aside. Get our pan heated up, and we'll get our oil sprayer. This is my Cuisinart oil sprayer. You know, you fill it with your own oil, and this is just some vegetable oil. And we're gonna spritz the pan. I'm gonna move this spatula because it's in the way. Spritz the pan with some oil to just give it a little coating. Drop in that shrimp. Listen to the sizzle. Let it get brown on each side. Now I started with 2 pounds of shrimp, so we'll have to cook it in batches. I was only able to cook 1/3 of the shrimp at a time. It's not sticking, so just, you know, get it seared on one side and then we'll flip it over. We'll slide that first batch out into a bowl, and it's not too much stuck there. It's a little bit, which, you know, I think is to be expected. Then we will do another batch. Like I said, we've got to do this in a few batches. Add a little more oil and then drop in another batch of our shrimp. Once we are done cooking the shrimp, it's time to clear the pan and make our sauce. We'll add our soy sauce. Oh, that pan is hot. Add our low sodium soy sauce, our honey, and let that reduce a little bit. Throw in our chopped garlic. We don't want it to burn, so let's turn that heat down a little bit. We'll add our cooked shrimp, that 2 pounds of shrimp that we've already cooked off. We'll put that into our sauce. Then we'll get our broccoli that I steamed in the microwave, and I just squeeze the excess water out. I started with frozen broccoli. Squeeze the excess water out and toss it all to coat. The temperature of our pan has dropped dramatically. As you can see, sauce is not bubbling anymore. So I decided to turn the heat in that pan up to high, even though the directions say not to use the pan on high heat, but we got to get that sauce going. Here we go. Now it's bubbling. It's bubbling again, but it's still thin, and I don't want our shrimp to overcook, so I'm going to take it out of the pan, reduce that sauce, get it thick again, and then put the shrimp back in and glaze it. So now we'll add our chopped green onions. Our sauce is nice and thick, has coated the shrimp well. Serve it over some rice, and dinner is done. Time to wash it up. We've let our pan cool completely. You can see that honey and the sauce has really cooked down and stuck to the pan. We've got a sink full of warm soapy water. Again, our pan is completely cool, like the directions say. We'll put the pan in some soapy water. I actually grabbed another wooden spoon to serve with, so this is not the spoon that came with the pan. And let's see how it washes up. grab just a regular dishcloth, and yeah, it cleans up really well. No hard scrubbing to get that sauce, the cooked on sauce, off of the pan. So far the nonstick is working well. The bottom of the pan has gotten a bit scuffed up from the cooking grates on my stove. This is only the second time I've cooked with the pan, so I'm not super happy about that, but the inside is cleaned up really well. I even tried scrubbing it with that little loofah thing that they sent with the pan, but that's not coming off. Next up, it's my daughter's turn to use the always pan. She's going to make some rice and omelet stuffed with fried rice. She spritzed the pan with some oil and started sauteing her onions.
So it seems like this line right here is the cutoff for the part of the pan that's hot, so this handle is still cool, but this is still hot metal. So when I went to put the spoon back on here, I touched part of this accidentally. So that's a little close.
So this part gets hot.
Yeah.
And this part stays cool. So you got to be careful not to touch this when you're putting the wooden spatula back on.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. All right.
So I'm going to add in some leftover Thanksgiving turkey, as well as some jalapenos and some garlic.
Jalapenos and garlic. So it's going to be a little bit of a spicy omelette rice.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to add in this leftover rice.
All right, just a little cooked long grain white rice.
Yeah. Break that up.
Break it.
Leftovers. So now we're going to add a little bit of ketchup and a little bit of soy sauce.
And then slide that, look at it, slides out clean. And that fried rice, you're going to set to the side.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Good that it's perfectly clean, because then when we do the egg, there won't be any rice bits in the egg.
Perfect. That rice looks good. You might be missing this rice now. Bye.
No.
Another little spritz of oil in there.
Okay.
And then
Put some egg in and get it all over the bottom of the pan.
okay. Looks like that is the perfect size. How many eggs was that?
That was 2 eggs, but I didn't use quite all of it.
Okay. And a little milk?
Yeah.
About a tablespoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this down. Wait till the egg is like just set.
Okay. And
Now we're going to put a little bit of cheese down.
a little cheese, a little Colby Jack cheese.
Yeah.
Which is just what we had in the fridge.
Yeah, this is very much like just kind of things we had, some leftovers. And so put a little bit of the rice in there.
Nice. And that's just some of the rice because you don't want to overfill, like you were just telling me. And you fold it over. It looks like it came off from the pan very good. Had a tiny bit of sticking, not much.
Just a little bit difficult to get under it with this spatula.
Yeah. The spatula is kind of thick for this application, so it doesn't slide off as easily. Yeah, it did stick a little bit on this side, so it was kind of difficult to get it cleanly away from the pan. Might need a little bit more oil, but now it's time to turn it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't think we'll be able to get like a clean flip.
Yeah. Try to roll it. There you go. Oh, that looks good. Looks good. Very nice omelette rice. Garnish a little green onion on there. Pretty. Nice job, baby.
Thank you.
All right. There's not too much left in the pan. So there was a little bit of sticking, but all in all, it did a fair job. The nonstick surface did a fair job on the omelet, on the omelette rice. So my biggest problem by far is that you're not supposed to put the always pan in the oven. For me, that's a no-go. So you remember earlier I was talking about, oh, I can't wait to make a frittata in this pan. Well, turns out you can't, because this pan cannot go into the oven. According to the manufacturer's directions, it says, don't put this pan in the oven. I don't get it. To me, that makes this much less functional than any other pan. A cast iron skillet, you can pop it in the oven from the stovetop into the oven. Like when I make my upside down bacon cornbread, I start it on top of the stove and then I pop the whole thing in the oven to bake. Well, can't do that with this pan. So that's not functional for me. If I make my stovetop mac and cheese, I like to sprinkle a little cheese on top and pop it under the broiler, into the oven, under the broiler. Can't put it in the oven. That really is a non-starter for me. It's a no-go. Our place, not my place. I can't do it. So that's the main reason I cannot recommend this pan. It just does not work for the way that I cook. Again, there are some pros and cons. The pros is my favorite thing about the pan is that there are no rivets inside, giving you one complete smooth non-stick surface. The non-stick, I've been only using it for a few days now, so it will take a little time. I'm gonna keep using it and just see how the non-stick wears. If it remains non-stick, if that lasts, we will see. Only time will tell on that. But for me, it's too small. It's too small, and it doesn't come in any other sizes at this time. The cost, right now it's retailing for $145. I got it on the Black Friday sale for $95. That's expensive to me for a small pan that can't go into the oven. It's less functional to me. I mean, it says it's supposed to replace 8 different types of pans or kitchen products. No, no. It's a non-stick, lightweight, which is good, non-stick saute pan. That's it. That's all it is. So, great marketing, pretty colors, but to me, it's not useful. Maybe when they get some larger sizes, and if they can do something about, being able to put it into the oven, then we'll talk. But for right now, no way. This is not gonna work for me. That's my first look at the always pan from our place. Y'all make sure you come back, because I am going to compare that always pan to the new Ninja Foodi line of cookware, the Ninja Foodi Never Stick. That's right. It's going to be the always pan versus the Ninja Foodi Never Stick. So please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and y'all have a delicious day.